Hello and welcome to the Xcite Racing League multi-class series for round number 2 at the Dubai Autodrome Grand Prix circuit. Today we're going to go from night to day, well from night to day to night, very quickly actually. 4 PM race start, going to night pretty quick, so most of this race will be in the night, which is going to make it very difficult for these drivers. Of course, multi-class meaning the LMP2s and GT3s on the track at the same time. And today we have, I believe it's 12 races here, and I'm not exactly sure who's how many LMPs and how many GTs, but we'll just have a look at that now. So, Monza was race number 1, and that went very well for some drivers, not all, not as many were there as they are today. So we've got a few new drivers and a few that weren't here last week, but because we won't show you standings or anything, because it's just how they kind of finished last week. They get randomised each week of what car everybody is in, so most of the drivers are in different cars compared to what they were last week. So at the moment they're in qualifying, just 10 minutes to go of qualifying before we have, I think it's an hour and about 20 or something minutes race. It's a 49 lap race, so however long that is. And you've also got the LMPs and GT3s on the track. LGS is in an LMP2, and Doc is in an LMP2. Prom, which is Globe, is in an LMP2. Flip is also in an LMP2. Chris, which is Right to Take, is also in an LMP2. So 5 of those, and then the rest are in GTs of Starkey in a GT, Samson in a GT, Speedy in a GT, Shadow Mick in a GT, Morph in a GT, Dave in a GT, and Jolly Pop in a GT. So 7 and 5, some more GTs. Then well, last week there was 3 GTs and now there's 7, so you can just see the difference in what a week does. But see how this one goes. I'm not exactly sure who's going to win what. And they might be a little bit spread out in qualifying, but it's pretty interesting in the race course. Mechanical failures are on as well. They also, which I was kind of shocked last week to find out, people have been using different tyre compounds like medium and hard, and some using the soft as well for this tyre strategies throughout these long races. So that's a thing I didn't expect to see. Also a lot of fuel saving going on as well. We'll see how many stops they have to do, the LMPs and the GT3s. Of course, most of the race will be in night, so the tyres won't be affected that heavily, so it'll be interesting to see who goes on the soft during the night stage of the race. Just about 8 minutes left in qualifying now. Hopefully the stream is working a-okay, because I've done a 2-hour one earlier to make sure that everything was ready for it, so it should be working. And the Clear Cup, of course, worked as well, which had their penultimate 3 rounds on Tuesday. Next week is their final round at Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, so check those out. And of course tomorrow night as well on twitch.tv/Xcite Racing League CH1 is the PS4 side of things, the GT3 PS4 League. Look at that, lots of different GT3s here tonight, but there's a lot as well of different GTs in the PS4 side of things. They have literally nearly every single car being used over there, so go check that out tomorrow. That is streamed by Swishbone as well, so definitely go see that. People that have been in XRL for quite a long time will know who exactly Swishbone is. Might also know who Swede Demon is as well, and Samson definitely Samson, if you've been, especially if you've looked or been involved in any sort of Project Cars side of things in XRL, you'll probably have run into Samson at some point in the McLaren tonight. He was also in the McLaren last week, so he's one of the drivers, I think maybe the only driver that's using the same car as what he did last week for Monza. Good all-around car is the McLaren. He is currently now 7th, just getting beat by somebody else. He's 2nd in class though, behind Starkey, but 2 seconds off Starkey at the moment. Pretty close between the GTs other than Starkey. We'll see how that one goes, but all of the LMPs are in the top 5, so that is also Flip is using the same car as he was last week as well. I think those are the only 2 people, yes, that are using the same car. So across the line now, doesn't improve. One's out on track bar, Starkey and Morph. So all the LMPs are out on track. Currently, 2/10 gap between XRL GS and Righteous Tag, which of course, if you know them, they are friends, and that will be one that be very close fight. There's a very quick time from Chris. I don't think he's done that at all during practice or anything, so probably scaring LGS now, but they're close to the 46s as well, so we'll both be happy with that. Doc, which is new to multi-class, is here today in third at the moment. Same with Prom, also here new today. They're pretty close to each other, only 4 attempts off each other as well, and Prom's crossing the line now and goes third, puts himself a 10th ahead of Doc. They're also good close friends, I think teammates as well in the GT3 league on Sundays, which is the Rough Cup. I think they'll probably be teammates as well next season, or season 4. 5 minutes to go now. Anyone making any moves anywhere? Not sure. Do not think so. Morph has gone back out on track. Stucky has not. Only car now in the pits other than myself, and of course I do not count. Why would I count? But the stream does look good, thank God for that. We can all be happy about that one then. I need to check if my sound's actually working on it as well, that'd be nice. Yes, it is, so I can probably just turn that off now. Then I know it's all working, and get to it back to it maybe in a minute. So we quickly look back up. Anyone improved? Don't think so, looking at that quickly. It's pretty close between Davey and Shadow there. Only a couple of, not even a couple of hundred separating them, 600s I believe it is. So they're pretty close, Jolly Pop and Morph. In the 2 minutes. Was that an improvement? No. Let's see, quite a few of the NPs now gone in the pits. Jolly Pop also with 4 minutes to go in the pits. And there's a speed demon coming around the last corner now. Is he going to improve on his lap time? Yes, he is by about a second. Puts himself second in the GT3 class. Puts him 4 attempts ahead of Samster. And Davey is near the end of his lap as well. Coming through the last 3 corners, I believe it is now. Here he is. Second to last corner now. Up somewhat a hill. This corner's pretty nice. You can take it pretty wide. You can use a lot of the inside curb as well around here, but he's not really at the apex there. Carrying the speed out the corner though. Is he going to improve on his lap? There's a line. By a 10th he does, yes. Stays in 10th. And 5th in class. Do like the class system. 3 championships, an overall championship, an LMP2 championship, and a GT3 championship. Of course, because the last week LGS, which is in the LMP2 tonight, is leading the GT3 championship, and Starkey, which is in the GT3 tonight, is leading the LMP2 championship. So that's going to be interesting this week. See what happens there. And of course, they're drawing in the overall championship as well. And looking at qualifying, they could well be afterwards as well. It doesn't look like Jolly Pop's going to put another lap in. Same with Shadow, and same with Samster and Starkey. Been in the pits for a while now. And close by which is Prom. If you hear me refer to him, it's Prom. It was his first game attack I know him by, so that's why I call him by. And Chris has Righteous Tag also done, and not going to get pole, but I think he'll be happy with second in class. LGS now done as well. He doesn't seem to be threatened by Doc or Flip, which are out there at the moment. A lot of people coming back in the pits now. Davey's still out there on track trying to get an improvement out of it. Same with Morph. I think he's in the last sector. Davey now pits as well. Last corner for Morph. Is he going to make an improvement on himself? 2 minutes to go. No, he's not, and I don't think he's going to get another lap time in. So that could be qualifying done for Morph, and yes, he goes into the pit. So it's only Doc and Flip left on the circuit. And this will look like their last laps as well, with a minute 40 to go in the session. Nice delivery on Doc's car there. Oh, very wide. Nice yellow, and it's also already starting to get a bit, the sun going a bit down, which is what it's meant to be like for us. Making the car look very nice. Don't even know if Doc is on a lap. And does he improve if he was on one? No, I don't think he was either on one, so it must be... He's the only guy on track now with a minute to go, so he's not going to put a lap in. We're just going to watch, and that is the grid order then. The LMP2's all ahead of the GT3s, but by about 5 seconds as well. So happy days for them. It's going to be XRL OGS, then right, just tag Prom in 3rd, Doc in 4th, and Flip in 5th. That's the LMP2s, but first in class for the GT3s is Starkey, then it's going to be Speed Demon, followed by Samster in 8th and 3rd in class, Shadow in 9th, Davey in 10th, Jollipop 11th, and Morph in 12th. See how this one goes. There's also a standing start as well. I want to point that one out because this rolling start's a bit weird on here, so it's a standing start, so be interesting to see how the LMPs get off the line and what happens exactly there. There's going to be a lot of action for me to look out for. I do not have my co-commentators this week, sadly. He is out. I think out of relatives. I think he is out. I think he told me last week. Pretty sure it was relatives. So yeah, sadly as well. The stream works perfectly fine this week, so that's a bit unfortunate. But we did record it last week and upload it as well. Round two then. There is your official grid. Looking at this, the LMP2 is all ahead of the GT3s, and it's looking a bit interesting as well. A few close times, but of course a long race, a lot of mistakes could happen. It's all about being consistent and not breaking the car because mechanical failures are on. Don't have contact as well. Don't want to be in the pits too long. And tyre strategy and fuel strategy could be interesting. So round 2 of the XR Racing League Multi-Class Series. I'm in a nice little Corvette.
Remember, mate, you can focus on those lights and nail the start.
Lights are coming on now for round number 2. And we are away, so try and get on them as quickly as possible. And oh my god, there's cars everywhere. It's gone board with somebody. Oh, I don't think the LMP's got the best of starts compared to what I was expecting. The GT get a better start. As we go into turn number 1, LMPs are all ahead still, so it's all okay. Definitely a better start than last week. No 4 wide craziness. And we are all good. So we follow Davey round, and I think he has just overtaken Shadow Mick as well, so it's a good start from him, and Zamps is actually falling behind Shadow Mick and Davey, so not the best of starts for him. Is there an LMP off? There was one, but he's got back on immediately, and that was Prom, and up the inside of Davey goes Shadow Mick, the tight little right-hander, still side by side. Sam's going to try and find a way through because he was faster in qualifying. He's going to want to get back ahead of these two immediately, but it is really an endurance race, so it's definitely a long-term race, not a short-term. A bit of a slide as well from Mick, but he saved it. Going to give Samson a run. The camera gets on board of it. Sam's up the inside and through down the straight, going into the hairpin. 49 laps as well. Long race. We're going to see some lights as well as we go into the hairpin. The BMWs are leading the GT3s, followed by an Audi, then a McLaren, then a Cadillac, and then another McLaren. Oh, and it's side by side between the McLaren and the Audi, and they get away with it. And I think Sam is now through past Davey. And Shadow cannot try and follow. He's tried to follow. He's going to give him a little nudge, maybe. No, he stays behind 4 now. So Sam back up to 3rd in class. It's a very tight midfield, well, tight field between the GT3s and mid pack of them. There is 7 of them. It's going very close between Davey and Sam there. Davey's going to run very wide. Sam, sorry, is going to run very wide. Davey has gone a bit wide, and Shadow tried to go off his inside, but didn't work. Kind of free wide, halfway around that corner there. Very close between these 4 GT to get to the LMPs in just a second. I think they have spread out a little bit. Nice lock on the fronts there of Davey, and Shadow up the inside on the last corner and is through. Back into 4th in class, 9th overall. Jollipop's trying to find a way through in all of this. He's still sticking behind them as we complete lap number 1. And Davey, I think, has just out-dragged Shadow side by side into turn 1. And no, Davey stays behind and has to settle the 10th for now. Nicely done by Shadow to stay ahead. Did look like before the braking that Davey may have just somehow out-dragged. Maybe Shadow missed a gear or something happened like that there. Bit of a slide there. Jollipop really attacking Davey. Davey has not had a minute, well, a second really of relaxation so far. He has had a car on him at all times, and he's still got one now of Jollies. We'll continue to watch, see if he can maybe create a gap down the straight, as it looks like he might be able to. Not really, still quite close, so Davey's not going to have a bit of a relaxation down the straight, but he's going to be looking in his mirrors for maybe a jolly pop out of nowhere. A nice blue McLaren. We go into the hairpin now, it all looks pretty good. David did go a bit deep though. We go up there, Stucky is in the lead and pulling away in the GT3. So Prom is behind Doc, which is behind Flip and behind LGS, and Righteous Tag is in the lead, so I don't know exactly what happened there, maybe got him off the start. But it's pretty close between the LMPs then. For third in class and third overall. Flip ahead of Doc, ahead of Prom. It's a quite close chaotic start in different parts of the track as well. And it's the midfield of the classes. Is that a move by Doc? They've both gone pretty wide. Oh, they've not had contact, so it's very, very good by them both. And I think Doc is going to go through here. And he does look like it as we complete, I think, lap number 2. Flip looks to the inside for turn number 1. And he's going to brake a little bit later. He has got the inside. He slides a little bit, and Doc stays around the outside, and will have the inside in the grip and the traction just to put away and stay now into third. And Prom goes a bit wide in the background behind Flip. So lots of action here so far in the first couple of laps of just trying to work out where each other will be. As Prom in the background again goes a bit wide. Maybe, not sure if it's a dirty air or something there. He's not enjoying it behind Flip. Flip in the Nissan as well. Only, oh god, again wide by Prom, so a bit interesting here. Not enjoying it, but Flip right on the back of Doc, not letting go. Of course, these cars are about 5 seconds quicker than the GT, so I'm not sure how many times they'll be lapping them, but for now, they are safe from lapping. And oh, that's deep by Flip, and it's interesting by Prom because he's gone very slow and hit the apex, nailed the apex, but gone very, very slow. And not being able to capitalise on how wide Flip went. That's allowed Doc to pull away. And again, a really wide line Prom is taking at every single corner. But he is now right on the back of Flip. Doc has been able to run away in third at the moment. And I think it's still Chris leading. And it is. The only ones that have got lower than in the 50s so far this race. Long race, of course. But Chris looking very good. Or watch tag. I'm going to keep referring to him as Chris. So, I'm not going to get you that one. And that's a look up the inside anyway from Prom, but didn't do it. Tried to scare maybe Flip, and it does look like a lot of people look up the front right on that last corner. But here we go. Here's the attack you would say from Prom. He's in the slipstream of Flip down this long, semi-long straight into turn number 1. I think Prom's going to have the inside line. He's going to look to it anyway. Is Flip scared? No, he goes straight across and hits the apex. He was not scared of the attacking Prom there. Flip stays in for now. I think it's pretty close between a few of the GT3s. Maybe Speed Demon spun or something, because he sadly has lost places, and there's a side-by-side action between Samster and Shadow, which is now for second place in the GT3 class, and that is done by Shadow. So there must have been a spin or something sadly for Speed Demon. I know that he struggles a little bit with the rear end on some corners, so a possible spin, but nicely done by Shadow to get back ahead of Samson now into second place in the GT3s. And I think Davey and Jolly Pop are still pretty close. Oh god, up the inside went Samster there. There you can see him in the background trying to attack Shadow, going around the outside now. It's going to be a bit interesting, maybe trying to get a better straight line speed, better exit. Oh, then they touch coming out the corner, sadly. That gives probably Samson a little bit of front end damage in aero, you would have to say. They just sadly it was a met in the middle situation there. He put the foot down, and Shadow wasn't able to put the foot down just at that moment. It creates a little bit of a gap, and definitely some bit of a slide again from Shadow, but aero damage might be in play now. And still Sam not giving up and attacking though. Speed Demon's getting back involved, so we've got this battle to attend with. At the same time, we're trying to see how close Prom and Flip is, and up the inside goes Sam, and he is past Shadow now into second in class in the GT3s. And after the mistake, or maybe even a cut track that Speed Demon had, he's going to be wanting to get past Shadow and Sam back into second in class. See if he can do that as they go around this long left-hander. Oh, there's the slide from Speed Demon in the background on the braking. That's going to lose him a little bit more time, and that could be the mistake that happened, or something like that. Doesn't cost him too much time, about a second or maybe 2. So he was a bit more ahead. So maybe he even spun and then got a cut track. Either either way there for Speedy, and something did happen because it was looking good in qualifying actually, qualifying ahead of these two, but that's then sorted for the second. A little bit of a gap being created here. Long race as well. So we go back to the battle between the guys are definitely in different parts of the track, but the LMPs are continuing to battle now, and we've lost Raj Tag, I think. Maybe a lag out there. Sadly, he was in the lead of the LMPs. That puts it down to 4 LMPs. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. He was looking good as well. That's so unfortunate. He was looking good. Oh, sadly, one car down. There's a message. He must have just lagged out, which is unfortunate. I have to get that up. I bet it's him sadly lagging out. And Prom versus Flip. Whoa. They nearly touch. Nearly. Bullshit. Yep, there's not a very happy Chris, is the way I'm going to put it. And Prom staying behind Flip for now. Nice defending by Flip, keeping him behind. So yeah, not a happy Chris, which is understandably annoyed as well. He was actually the host of the lobby before we switched it, because sadly one of our drivers couldn't connect, so we had to switch it up. And now sadly, after 25 minutes of being in this lobby and then a little bit of race, sadly Chris was lagged out, which is really annoying. Would have hopefully no more lag outs happen throughout the race. Or Flip losing a lot of the curb, which is not what everyone does. And I think Speed Demon has passed Sam, and Sam's must have made a mistake. And again, Prom goes wide. I'm not sure whether they quickly go check that one out or stay on this. We quickly got to check that one out. So Speed Demon now on the back of Shadow, so there must have been a mistake by Sam, or maybe even it's just the aero and Speed Demon has got past. It could be that one. I think it is that one. So we'll go back to this battle between Prom and Flip at the moment. Another message from Chris, and it's down the straight for the both of them. Flip to the inside. Alright then. And continue on now. Prom still doing that wide tactic, that wide tactic strategy, which is making Flip, well, easily defending on it. Continue on now. Flip staying ahead of Prom for now. Still a lot of laps to go. Stuck in the lead of the GT3 class, and I think is speeding and past Shadow. No, he's not. Great camera right here. Can we see where Shadow is? There he is. So a little bit of a gap now. Hits the brakes. No, it's slide for the both of them, but still pretty close. This is for second in class in the GT3. Shadow got second in the LMPs. Ooh, cut back by Speed Demon. No contact, I don't think. Speed Demon running outside, and he's ahead before the corner as they hit the brakes now. And I think that is Speed Demon back into second in the GT3 class, and yes it is. Nicely done by Speed Demon. Nice racing with Shadow there. So a mistake was made by Speed Demon, got passed by both these drivers, and now he's back past them both. I'm not sure if Shadow's going to give up yet, but it's nice to see. Oh, there's a big slide by Speed Demon again, the same corner, and now that's Shadow back through, so that must be the common mistake. Maybe he's braking too hard into that corner or something, but his rear end is not enjoying that corner. Maybe it's on the setup, maybe it's his braking's more to the rear or something. It's not enjoying it though. It's nice to see the Cadillac versus the BMW versus the McLaren here. As we go down the straight now. Speed Demon going to look to the inside. We've got 43 laps to go. He's right on the back of him on the brakes. Ooh, thinking about it, the gap was there as well. A bit wide by Shadow, but Speed Demon's got to think about Samster behind as well. This is all for second in the GT3 class. A lot more action is happening this week than last week in Monza as well, especially in this first part. We did have a lot of action, but not as early as this. A bit of a big slide again by Speed Demon. It does look like under braking. His rear end is very tail happy, and there's a slide. He saves it, but loses time. Does Sam look at the inside? He does, but he's not going to be able to get him. Speed Demon goes more attacking into that corner. Sam has to wait for another chance. Speed Demon definitely be quicker of these three, but his rear end does not agree with what he wants to do at the moment, so he's having to sit back and wait. Another big slide. I'm gonna turn that volume off. See, I was gonna plug my phone because it makes my laptop do something at the same time, so we don't want to overuse my laptop because it burns it out or whatever and makes the stream worse because it's doing too many things at once. The stream still looks good, so it's all okay. As we still got Speed Demon attacking the back, and Prom is apparently through past Slip after all this time. So sad we haven't been able to see that because we're too busy looking at Speed Demon. Go around the outside on the north corner and past Shadow. Very good move. He's been wanting to do that one finally. Back through. Is he going to stay there for long, or is his rear end going to disagree with him again? But a good move by Speed Demon there. Very good move. Set him up through the long left-hander. I think I called it right-hander earlier. Long left-hander for the nice right-hander, which is sort of flat in the LMPs. I think maybe there's a slight lift in these. A bit wide by Speed Demon, but it's all okay as we continue on now. Three completely different cars with the BMW M3. The Cadillac and the McLaren all racing each other right now. 7 laps in as well. Wonder what tyres these guys are on. Wonder how much fuel these guys have got. A bit wide by Shadow. Nice slide again. Becoming very apparent that Speed Demon's probably going to burn up his rears. Definitely going to have to change those in the pits. And again now it's going to be Shadow versus Samster. And this is now for the third in class in GT3. It's LGS leading, followed by Doc, then Prom third in class in the LMP2, now ahead of Flip. They've just crossed on the line now as well, and I think as well, so if it stops for a second there, that's because my laptop wasn't touched enough. Dead out of your wheels, that's interesting. Different lines by those three. The smoothest out of these three does look to be Samster, and he's trying to line up Shadow now. He wants that position. Is he going to do it to the outside here? He does look to the outside because Shadow's had to defend. Attacking that corner, maybe a good exit for Sam, and he's going to get a nicer run. Try anything into the long left-hander. He's gone, try to make it so he goes the inside line for this little kink left. So he's going to have the inside line for the long left. There you go, very tight between the two of them. Hits the brakes, which one brakes earlier, I'm not too sure. Speed Demon up front, goes a bit wide because he slides, but Sam is through under braking, and up the inside he goes along the round, the long left. So 1 lap, and 2 positions now down from Shadow, but still in it. 41 laps to go as we go around the last corner now. He's in 8th, but 4th in class overall. It's really nice to see that Cadillac though. Good battles in the GT3s here. Can you see Davey? A bit of a gap between those two. I think Morph has been now lapped by LGS. I think has now lapped Morph as he comes. Yeah, LGS already. Now going to go on to lap 40. So it took 10 laps, or about 9-10 laps, going on to lap 40. So yeah, they're very fast, and maybe even Doc as well as he goes across the line now. So they was 5 seconds quicker a lap. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Very quick. I'm sure if he's lapped. And there's Prom as well, so all pretty close actually. They're all going down the main straight at the same time, so they're a bit spread out of each other, but they're somewhat close. If one makes a mistake, they're sort of pouncing each other. Then there's Starkey alone in the lead of the GT3 class, whilst these guys are all battling for second. Speed Demon, Sam and Shadow, which has fallen off in this lap. Maybe he spun or got a cut track. Big gap. He's fallen on this lap. Yeah, he's lost 4 seconds in sector 1, so it must be the cut track. That's sadly how that one works out for him, and not exactly put him towards Davey, but closer to Davey and Jolly Pop, so never know. Where is Morph then? We just get a weird camera here. So he is here, so wanting to know how many of the LMPs have lapped him. We will, I think that's Flip just ahead of him. Let's just go on board with Flip. Yeah, it is. So he's been lapped by all of the LMPs. And I think they are next on their list is Jolly Pop, and well, wouldn't be surprised if that happens pretty soon because there are 5 to 6, seconds quicker, or even maybe more, because these guys, more I think actually, because those guys are doing about 2 minutes, and these guys are doing 48. Yeah, it's 12, isn't it? As they, oh, yeah, it's 12. 12 in race, so wow, okay. These guys are lapping a lot quicker, so I'm not surprised actually that they caught them that quick. I expected they were, and the lights are on LGS's car already. It is sunset here after the first 10 laps, and they can see Jolly Pop now, LGS. So it's not dark, but it's getting to sunset, and this is nice. This is still technically light for me. It's still technically day, but he's only got. Look, you can see him in the distance. You can see LGS in the distance from Doc, so still pretty close. The bike goes past my house, and Starkey will be happy for where he is, and that's wide by Samster. Is that a cut track? No. Look at the wheels. He seems to be fine. Nice livery on that Cadillac as well. There's Davey, and here is go to LGS now because he is lapping. He's just lapped Jolly Pop, and next on his list is Davey. So he goes. And straight, LGS does like the LMP2 cars, and if he finishes where he is and Starkey finishes where he is, they will be joint in the overall points and joint in both the lead of the GT3 and LMP class. And David gets well out of the way of LGS. Next on his list is Shadow Mick, which came second last week in the LMP2 class. We go on board with Doc because he's about to lap Jolly Pop. It looks very nice in the sunset. Of course, pit stops will be interesting. See what these guys are running, different strategy wise, different compound tyres and everything. A very good race in the first little bit there between a few of the LMPs, which is Doc and Prom and Flip, and good race between Shadow Mick, Speed Demon, and Sam, and also Davey, Jolly Pop, and Shadow as well. Lots of battles in the GT3. Great action so far. We are 11 in to the race, and they've only just really sort of spread it out now. Even then, Speed Demon and Sam's are still pretty close to one another. I just have that lovely sick feeling in your mouth. You gotta love that. Oh, gotta love that. And now that's Doc lapping Davey. Has LGS lapped Shadow yet? Yes, he has. Oh, big slide for this XRL LGS. Hits a brake board marker board that no one uses anyway, so it's fine because it's not even in a braking point. But wow, a big slide from him, getting a bit carried away maybe. So Doc will be lapping Shadow fairly soon. He's somewhere down this straight. They are matching each other's lap times as well. Always an interesting thing. Of course, when people pit, it's always interesting as well. How much fuel everyone's got in. They'll be talking for quite a long time, I think. Going really nice in sunset now. The sunlight will be in people's eyes very soon. We'll be getting into the dark stages where the dark is lots of fun because everyone finds it more challenging. There's a lot less grip because it's colder. Visibility is a lot worse, so braking is a bit harder. So will Shadow just pop out of the way here and can, or will Doc just go around and he's just going to go up his inside. He gives him a nice room, and there you go, Doc up the inside. Another car lapped, and Prom has just finished lapping Jolly Pop, and next on his list is Davey round the next corner. Flip's coming to lap them as well. And Starkey and Samster is now being lapped by XRL LGS, which is shocking. Wow, I didn't know he was that close. There must have been a mistake from Sam then. Where is his time? 58.5. Where's okay? Speed Demon's been lapped. He's on 2:08. So there's a spin surely for Speed Demon. So Sam, wow, God, LGS caught him very quick then. That's weird. Where is Speed Demon? So there's Speed Demon. So it's either a spin, or a cut track. Which one could that be? I don't know. But he's lost a place to Sam as well. So second in GT3s is now Sam. There he is, and Doc is now lapping Speed Demon as well. So GT3s are very interesting at the moment. He seems to keep switching every single lap. Now Speed Demon back now to third in GT3s. Really is changing lap by lap. Now we'll go on to Doc as he's about to come and lap Samster after this hairpin corner. I'm a very consistent driver. Could have won the GT3s last week, but sadly in the pit stops, his stop was a lot longer than LGS's, so that's really what cost him the win there. At the moment being consistent, and Doc will try and pass him just before this next corner. At the kink as well, on the outside of the kink. Oh, I think, like so. There you go. Nicely done. Didn't cost each other any time. Brake marker boards have actually gone there, so it's going to be a bit difficult. There he goes. Sam goes a bit wide. It's all okay. So another set of lapped cars done. So they got a little bit of time before the MPs get to Starkey, because I think he's got quite a big gap now in the GT3s. And now we got Prom about to lap Shadow as well. Go around the last corner now. Where is Shadow? I think Shadow just went wide. Yes, he did. He went extremely wide to allow Prom just to go up the inside, which is nice of him. Got a little bit of time before Prom just gets to the back of Speed Demon. Flip comes around the last corner. I think he's about to lap Davey. I think isn't it on his list of cars. I think he may have just lapped Jolly Pop. I'm not exactly sure exactly where everyone is. I can't see anyone into turn 1, so yeah. There is the sun, you saw it there. Really getting in everyone's eyes now. So where's Speed Demon gone? In the pit lane, so there must have been damage on Speed Demon's car. Didn't notice that at all. The Speed Demon, that's 13 laps in, has a pit stop, puts him down to 10th place. And is he going to be out before Morph? Where is Morph? Where's Morph already stopped, I wonder? I do wonder that. As out comes Speed Demon now. I think Stark is about a lap Morph, so I don't know exactly if Morph is just the pace of Morph or what, but here comes Speed Demon, out he comes. So there must have been damage or something, or he's ruined his tyres, or not enough fuel, or something's gone with Speed Demon, but that's quite an early pit stop maybe, especially for a one stop, so maybe another pit stop coming later on in the race for Speed Demon, but we'll see how that one goes for him. There's B. There's Starkey about to lap Morph, so yeah. So it doesn't tell you how many times people have pitted. What if I change you? There goes Starkey past Morph. Does it tell you? Better cut track weirdly for Morph, because that would be well unfair if it was, it might have been. Not going too well for Morph. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's having the best of luck Morph at the moment. Davey has been caught up a little bit by Jolly Pop. Now in 4th on GT3s, because Shadow's back into 3rd with Speed Demon's early pit stop. Getting a bit darker now, sunset just coming down. Gonna get a bit difficult for drivers now. There is Pom just ahead of Samson. Pom lapping him a couple of corners to go then. And the lights are on for Sam now. Not too dark yet, but getting to that point. The automatic lights came on a bit ago. Where is Starkey? Here he is. Looks like he's showing what power track it is. I can't remember. It's going through here. Crikey, he's got to be quite a few seconds ahead. Looks like he's going on board with him quickly. This one, jump board with him quick. Tire pressures are completely different too. These fronts are interesting. Quite high tire pressures actually. So I wanted the lap times, didn't I? I wanted lap time, which I think is not that button, it's that button. There you go, lap times then. With a minute behind Flip and 32 seconds in front of Samster. On lap 15. Thank you very much, Starkey, for that information. Are you about to be lapped by somebody? That's LGS. So they've finally LGS is about to come lap the first place in the GT3s. There he is now. How exactly is this? Just ending Sector 1 really, this bit. Starkey not got his lights on yet. Doesn't think he needs them. LGS does. And gonna get him down the straight nicely, don't you think? Here he goes. Puts the power down. Which way is he gonna go? To the left. Just like a track day. Down the straight. Done. LGS leading the race at the moment. First of the NP2s. Lapping on lap 16. Leader of the GT3 class. So there you go. Quite a lot of laps as well it took them to get there. Dock will be coming soon. You can see the sun going down in the background behind that building, which is pretty nice. There is Bomb down the straight. There is Flip, which is just passed or lapped Shadow a few laps ago. 4th in class in the LMP2s now. It's Stucky. Sam in 2nd in GT3s, which he'll be lapped soon by Flip. Shadow in 4th. There's Davey, just trying to pull away, I think now, from Jolly Pop. Interesting mix of GT classes. You got the BMW M3, you got the Audi, you got the Cadillac, you got the McLarens, you got the Astons as well, but there's no Astons Martins tonight. If I've got any more. I don't think you've got any other different cars. No, I don't think so. Being used anyway. Actually, I need to scratch that one out. What car is Promio? I think he's using the P320 or something. You remember that? That is the car. That is the NP2 he'll be using for the whole season. That was the whole decision. They had to make a decision at the start of the season what car they wanted to use, and Davey, not wisely, because I think he regrets it a little bit choosing the Audi. Not many tracks with lots of corners, so this one's got quite a few really, and especially in the middle section and stuff, but then again it's got quite a few long straights as well, so not helping him too much. There, the Cadillac don't, I wasn't sure how the Cadillac, to be fair, would go with this whole thing, and now there you go, swamping of cars lapping Samster. Is that LGS? That is LGS. Wow, that was risky to pass him there, crikey. But has LGS pitted? Yes, he has, and he's come out behind. There's Doc, there's Prom. He's come out behind Prom after a big pit stop. He's come out in the middle of lapping. He's got a lap. Oh, he's going around the outside. I think that's lapping Morph. Yes, he's lapping Morph. He's got very, very wide. Big slide, and no, it's in the wall, surely. And it is in the wall. Did he have any contact with any other cars? Don't think so. Anyone hit him? God, there's Flip going so close to the wall around Morph, I think. They've just got that going. That's a big thing. And Sam was in that somewhere. I'm not sure if anyone hit LGS once he got spinning, because he spun around by himself, hit the wall and came back on the track. I think everyone seemed to avoid him. But that was him going around the outside of Morph, and then the car didn't, well, he's on cold-ish tyres to be fair, if he's just come out the pit, so that didn't grip as well as he expected to, and round he went and sadly into the wall. He's now re-lapping Morph. He's actually fallen down to 4th in class and probably got some damage because he hit that wall pretty hard. Probably some aero damage, so that's turned this race around. It's not going to be an easy walk in the park now for LGS, and that's going to be Doc in 2nd, which is now in lead of the NP2 class, loving it because of that mistake. And now another pit stop from LGS is happening, so this is going to put him even further back. Get the stopwatch out if you can get it out in time. How long will this be? For stop, I don't think I can get my clock out in time. I have, yes I have. Right, we've got the stopwatch on, and that's not long at all. That was his pit stop. That 5-second pit stop was just to fix the damage, but in total, what is it? Nearly 20-second pit stop probably in the long straight. It's quite a long pit lane. He comes out of the pits now like nothing happened, but that's a lot of time lost. Was in the lead of the NP2 classes. Of course others have to pit, but he's done one, and boy, you can see a bit as well, because the second one was just to fix a bit of the aero damage, but that's a bit unfortunate. He's going to have to relap people as well. But Flip and Prom are pretty close together, so Flip's pulled that one back. I think they've all got past some traffic now. So Starkey in 5th, Sam in 6th, and that's straight. Then it's Shadow in 7th, Davey in 8th. Has they been pitting? Because that gap's got a bit bigger. Same with Jolly. I wonder if people have been pitting now. There's Speed Demon. I don't think they have, because Speed Demon that did pit isn't close enough to them, so probably not. They probably haven't. The yellow lights are on for Speed Demon. Sure about the pit stops yet. Of course, there's no way of telling me, I don't think either. If I go on board with Shadow, no way of telling me is oh god. I've done that. No, is that it? No, there's no way. So they'll be finding that one out. I'm getting annoyed over this, isn't it? Like that. Some nice big gap dots. There you go, and LGS is about to lap 3rd place in the GT3 class again, and he's got to try and lap Sam as well, and Morph as well, so lots of cars to lap. Meanwhile as well, Shadow is lapping Morph as well, so a lot of lapping going on here. When Shadow gets out the way of LGS first, so LGS will be happy with that, and now out of the last corner LGS will just power past Morph and Shadow as well. We'll try and get him up somewhere up during this straight. Morph and Shadow know each other as well, so Morph goes to the middle of the road, gives Shadow the room to go around the outside, but Shadow doesn't get there in time, so maybe corner wise they're actually turning into like a little mini battle here. Shadow kind of turning into a mini sort of battle around the outside. There's actually a little bit of contact between the two of them, I think there. I'm not sure if Morph didn't realise he was there and was maybe waiting just for a straight or something, but a little bit of contact. Wonder if that's done any damage to either one of them. I'd hope not, because it was on the side of their cars, but we'll see in the pit lane, see if anything changes there, because of course tire wear is going down as well. So that wasn't the easiest of passes for lap, but I'm not sure if Morph realised he was exactly there, or maybe he was waiting for a straight or something. But now, there you go, the Jolly Pop and Davey in the pits. Jolly Pop's gone before Davey, and you can see Davey's still there. Jolly Pop, that's got to be quite a big gap then. Jolly going out onto the track again, and he's gone out on track now. Davey eventually leaves, so different time there, especially when he was behind him before the pit stops. Davey, my gap must have been about 5 seconds, and now in the pits he's coming about, oh god, about 10 seconds behind him surely, and he's going about 13 behind, so that's about surely a 20-second difference in the pits, you would think. There's Jolly Pop. So I don't know what maybe he's not as fueled as Davey, or he didn't do tyres, or what. I don't know what's gone on there, but that's what I mean by difference in strategies, different pit stop times by a massive margin. And of course, there is Davey now. He's going to get lapped. I think it's for the 2nd time now, actually. Again, yeah, by Flip, because the LMP2s haven't pitted yet. Only LGS has. So Davey going to get re-lapped, and now it's starting to get to the nighttime stage. You can really see the lights mean something, and there you go. I knew that would happen. Flip going to flash at Davey just before he laps him, and then Davey going to return the favour. Is he going to return the favour? No, doesn't look like it, which I'm a bit shocked about. They're always flashing each other, those two. Flip's always flashing everyone, to be honest. We go into the hairpin. To get Flip now in 3rd in class, of course, after LGS's spin and crash. Morph now in the pit lane for another GT3. Anyone else in the pit lane? Don't think so. Just quickly go through all the cars. No one else in the GT3 side of things in the pit lane, but we'll see Morph still in the pits. See him leave the pit lane on 9 laps to go. So we've now had 20 laps of this race, and still not exactly sure who's in the lead really with LGS in there. I know that Starkey's in the lead of GT3 classes, but we don't know about Speedham because he had that early pit stop, so I don't know where he's going to feed out once everyone pits with Sam and that lot. So long pit for Morph, surely. A lot of fuel in that lot going to the end of the race with those. And Doc, which is now in the lead of the LMP2 classes, coming up to lap Speedham, and probably at the end of this straight. I don't think you'll get there in time. There, just go on board. There's LGS, not so happy. He's the whole pit straight behind, and there's from just lapping Jollipop. And Doc is just going to get there in the braking zone with him and Speed Demon, and goes around the outside. Speed Demon brakes a little bit more just to help Doc go around. Very nice of him to do. Doc in the lead of this race overall, and the lead of the NP class at the moment. It's starting to go to night time, so when they pit this time around, you can really lower the tyre pressures because, of course, less heat going to them because there's less temperature in the track and everything. It's a lot colder. Lights and that not coming on in the cockpit as well. So yeah, they can lower it to get more surface area to the track, give them a little bit more grip when they need it because it's going to be a bit colder. Is Doc pitting this time round? Doesn't look like it. I don't think Speed Demon will be after he did a more early pit stop earlier on. Okay, I'll say somewhat, it just was earlier. Then everybody else, there is Sam second at the moment in the GT3 class, followed by Shadow. So it's about a 40 to 50 second pit stop there, I reckon. I would love to actually get able to a time one. Has flipped now, lapping Jollipop once again. I'll keep my clock open just in case I manage to catch somebody as they stop in the pits, maybe. Which would be quite nice. I think like there's arrows on the wall telling people where to go for the pit lane. And I think Davey is about to be lapped now, once again by LGS, which was having that spin in the wall and re-pitting for some damage. So 2 real pit stops at the end of the day. He's been through the pit lane twice. And now nicely past Davey. So 28 laps remaining, and it has got to the point of darkness. So yeah, that was kind of half the race dark, half of it pretty light, because it's still pretty light here. It's not really dark though, is it? Not that dark, not to the point of where visibility's got lots worse. Come around the chicane now. Is no pit stops just yet for these GT3 cars. Speeding close to the wall there. He's going a straight line as well. Bit interesting for him, using all the road that he is given. So Flip and Doc are pretty close. There's Flip and there is Doc, so you can see them. They're decently close for second at the moment in the LMP2 class. That's pretty good. Doc coming around the last corner now, still not pitting. God, we're near the halfway point now. We did 49 lap race and we're now on to lap 27. Only a few more laps to go before we get to the halfway point, so we're definitely a while up, but we have quite a few people pit already. I wonder if LGS actually can go to the end. He must have done it. He must have done all the strategy. I think as he's just a second ago lapped Jollipop again. As Jollipop goes a bit wide behind him. Starkey not pitting any time. Well, we'll be pitting soon, but not just yet. As I think Shadow has just lapped Morph. I think that's now for the second time, because Morph actually pitted, didn't he? Yes, so for the second time. There's a big hole, there's that whole straight difference. So maybe, I think Speed Demon once Shadow pits, and if Speed Demon doesn't have to pit again, I think Speed will be ahead of Shadow. I'm not sure about Sam, but definitely ahead of Shadow. So that put him third in the GT3 class. Of course, mechanical failures are on. Anyone could blow their engine at any time, or so be it. We saw it last week with Simo. Sadly, had a bit of contact at the beginning of the race, and then near the end, well, right at the end of the race, sadly his brakes, well, throughout the race had a problem, but right at the end of the race, his brakes just failed and went straight on at a chicane. So mechanical failures are on in that aspect of open up your radio, open up your brake ducts, and don't be too aggressive. Pretty action-packed race for this. Lots of different cars, really, lots of different action, and of course the cars are at so many different parts of the track at so many different speeds. We got Prom being passed by Flip, and that was actually full position, and LGS has now caught these two up. These two are now battling for second in the LMP2 class and second overall. They're about to lap Starkey, which is first in the GT3 class. Bit interesting there as LGS going to get involved. So after his second pit stop, he's actually managed to catch these two cars up. Then again, he's got fresher tyres. Now 100% damage-free car now. It's taken him quite a few laps to get there as well. And now Flip managing to lap, I think, for the second time now, Starkey. They just finish off lapping the GT3 cars, and Starkey goes a bit wide, I think, just to give Globe or Prom the room, and I think even LGS as well, he let him through as well. So good job, Starkey's got a lot of time, so he just went a bit wide and let them all through. Oh, very tight by Prom in that corner. Bit of a slide, saves it nicely. But now his lights aren't on, which is interesting. Well, I'm turning the light on soon at least. But LGS on the back here. This is for third overall and third in the LMP2 class. And second, really, because they're on the back of Flip and flashing the lights of LGS now. He wants to get back past these two. He doesn't want to be held up by these two because at the end of the day, he is kind of racing Doc. Up the inside goes LGS. Hints the brakes. The room was left, and on the curb, on the curb, so LGS didn't get a good run on with sliding. He's sliding, he can't find the grip on the curbs. That put him off the road a little bit. Nice tactic there by prompting him on the curb. Very close battle. It's on lap 25 laps remaining out of 49, and 24 laps in, and we've got a battle right now for second in the LMP2 class between 3 drivers. So really interesting race, and that's wide again by Flip. Always interesting when they come back across. Flip to the inside, and we'll have the nice run. The last corner, LGS really trying to find a way through. He's impatient as well. Up the inside he goes on the last corner. Told you he was impatient. He wants to get past Prom as soon as possible, and there you go. Prom goes a bit wide as well because he was there. And LGS through, and he's going to immediately try and get Flip down the straight. He doesn't. He's going to have to at least defend on Prom, and he does. Sort of both, defending and attacking, and out the pits comes Shadow. The Shadow just coming out the pits behind these train of cars. These train of LMP, so he'll be happy with that one actually. I think he even break to wait for them, because I prefer to wait for them there than on the track somewhere. But nicely done by him, and the lights are flashing, so it's getting real dark now. The lights are right in my face, so yeah, it's dark now. Up the inside goes LGS. Great move, great run, and done. Prom nearly hits the back of Flip. Now Prom's lights are on. That's helpful. You needed those on. Because now it is dark, and actually there was Doc in the pits. Doc's in the pits because LGS is going to lead the race, followed by Flip, then Globe, and then Doc is there. So Doc's done his pit stop and he's come out in second. So LGS did have a big gap before, but he's now back in the lead of the LMP2 class. Will he have to pit again though? Because he did pit very damn early. That's an interesting one. Because if he does, he'll probably lose out to Doc. So I don't know exactly how this is going to go. Because I don't know if LGS has to pit again. But we know that Flip and Prom have to pit. But Doc has now done his pit stop. There's definitely not a pit stop behind these two. So he'll be in second in the class. It'll be interesting to see then. We didn't get to see a Shadow pit exactly, and we didn't get to time it, but see if Shadow's ahead of Speedy in just a second, because we've still got Prom versus Flip happening for now, which is on the road, second in the MP2 class, and Flip is in the pits, and we're about to find out. We've gone very well into pits as well. Very slow down before you hit that wall. We're going to time the actual pit stop itself, not the that's I think Morph in the pits as well in front of him. I think that's for the third time I think I've seen Morph in the pits now, but let's see how long an actual stop takes in the box for Flip. Here we go then, let's time him. How long is a pit stop in these LMP2 cars to get to the end? How long do they have to stop for? Because I bet it's different for the GT3s obviously. How long is this pit? Oh, the fuel in, I bet it is. Of course, I don't think we'll see when he's putting fuel or tyres in. We're probably, I suspect, putting tyres on and fuel, but already to the point of nearly half, and well, it is, yeah. There's the fuel done. Fuel done. It took him half a minute just to put the fuel in. That's what happens when that guy goes. I think anyway. That's what I think it is anyway. We're still waiting for him to go. There he goes. Stop it now. It's 42 seconds for tyre. I'm guessing tyres and fuel there for the NP2 cars. Puts him down to 4th overall. So Doc has gone by. Doc is going. Wow, that's a long way back from Doc actually. How he comes is now got to the point of real darkness, and we are halfway through. So works perfectly for me, I think. And there is Starkey. The Hickles. That down from Nova. Sam, I don't know if he's pitted yet. Wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't think so. I don't think so. There's Speedy. So Speedy did pass. Oh, maybe, I don't know if Speedy was just randomly caught him up, or maybe there was a pit stop by Sam, or what. I can't tell you. No, because we would have come up because Shadow pitted in 2 minute 46 last lap. So yeah, Sam didn't. Speedy was just caught him up, and where is Shadow? There's Shadow. So Shadow's coming around there, and he's done a pit stop, and Speedyman might have to pit again. So Shadow, really, is he ahead? Not on track, but overall of Speedyman. That's an interesting one to see. Speedyman really are going to have to push. Doesn't want to stay behind Sam for long. Sam's still having the pit, I think, because that's not too big of a gap back to Shadow. If he does have a little big slide for Speedyman in the background, not a big gap back to Shadow if Sam has to pit again. But I haven't seen him go to the pit. And again, I haven't seen Starkey go in the pit either, and it's quite difficult to watch everybody at the same time, so we've just lost somebody, I think. Oh, I think we lost Jolly Pop, which is unfortunate because he was doing well as well. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's done half of the race as well. I'd quite like to give him... Yeah, I think I'll give him and Chris a match on points though for theirs, because they're both disconnections, so yes. We'll give them some points because Jolly Pop was doing very well, and that will be, well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be 7th place points for Jolly Pop. Doing very well. Oh, big slide for Speedyman there. I think he got caught out by the fast approaching Pro. I don't think he realised Prom was there. Prom was on his outside, and they've sadly had contact mid corner. Well, not sure if it's too much contact because I think Prom has to pit anyway, so he can fix it in the pits quickly because it doesn't take too long. But they nibbed sides. It wasn't really it was contact obviously, but it wasn't big contact. It was they touched sides. They touched tips, if you will, with each other there. Oh, it's unfortunate for the both of them. I don't think you realised it because it's getting dark now as well. You can't see crap in your mirrors, and you won't be able to see his lights when he's on the outside of you, really. He just caught Speedyman off guard a little bit, but Prom not pitting just yet. I do believe that is Prom. The Shadow is catching as well. Yeah, that's got to be Prom, isn't it? Because there's Flip, there's Doc, there's Prom. So yeah, it's Prom, which has not pitted yet. Doc fastly closing in as well. There's pitted. There's Prom just behind Sam, about to lap him in a second. There's Shadow. There's Davey, and I think Morph is now retired in the pit lane, so he'll be getting 6th place points for the GT3 class as well. So I think we're down now to 5 still running in the GT3s. Unfortunately, 7 starting as well, so 1 lag out, sadly 1 retirement, but pretty well done then. No real incidents, just a few taps on the way by from each other, as we just saw a second ago. Getting dark now, it's getting difficult. Where's Doc exactly then? Here he is. Here's Prom. Prom has just passed, or lapped Samster. And, well, Doc's got, oh, he got a bit deep, and there's, Speedyman went a bit deep as well, lost the rear end again, and now he's got Doc's got a, oh, he's right on the back of Speedyman, want to break out of that, or whatever, and Speedyman realises he's right up his backside, pulls to the inside, and allows Doc to go through. Nicely done by him. Don't want any incidents now, do you? Exactly the same place that Prom caught him up as well, so it's quite difficult there as well. It's quite a slow bit, quite wide as well, especially on low grip, but the light definitely affecting them now. Yeah, which I'm not exactly surprised about. Doc's now being closing into the back of Sam, so Doc already pitted Sam. I don't think Sam pitted yet still, I stand by that, but you never know. Could have been at any point. 21 laps to go. To be fair, I'm not sure if it's at the halfway point for Sam yet. Sam goes a bit wide. and he has to wait exactly for Doc to go past before he can join back to the track, and he's into second because Prom is now in the pits. And we got him exactly. It's a good thing I noticed there, exactly as he hit the pit box, because we said that Flip was 42 seconds in the pit lane. How long is Prom going to be in the pits for? The exact box. I don't do the length of the actual thing because I want to see. I should have done the length, but I wasn't going to catch him. So there's the fuel. The fuel's in sooner. But then again, he's pitted, I think, 2 or 3 laps later than him. So he's put. Oh my God, he's already gone 36 seconds. So that's 6 seconds less in the pits for Prom to Flip. And Flip comes around the last corner now. Here he comes, and where is Prom? Just comes out the pits. And there is Flip. So there you go, Prom ahead of Flip, and I think Flip was ahead of Prom before we started. And there's Davey. So Flip's got to lap Davey as well. So there you go, see him in the distance. Prom done a good job there of getting ahead of Davey in the pits, and that was for 3rd in the LMP2 class. And wow, all you can see is it's very, very dark. Wow. I bet this is quite difficult to drive like this now. Now Flip's going up the inside of Davey. So all you're going to see in your mirrors and everything is lights. You're not going to know what it is. You're going to rely on each other a little bit. Flip now past him and Starkey. Around that corner there. Still don't know about Sam, and that's the last corner he comes round. And speeding with one on his tail as well, pretty close to him. I say that actually, no, I'm lying to you because he's coming around the last corner now, so not exactly on his tail. And where is Shadow? Still closing in on Speedy at the moment, and really Sam, I think, as well. Shadow doing a good job in that Cadillac. 20 laps remaining, so we've had 29 laps of this race. And quickly the rundown of it. LGS in the lead of the LMP2 class, followed by Doc, Prom, and Flip. All of them have pitted. Then in GT3 we do have Starkey, Sam, Speed Demon, Shadow, and Davey, and Morph is actually retired as well. So we haven't lost anyone else, have we? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we haven't. My math was good. I don't know if Sam's pitted or Starkey's pitted, but by now I'm probably gonna guess they have. But I don't think they have, but they could have. They seriously could have, but I don't think so. I've probably missed it if they have. 100% missed it if they have. I have no idea, because he's still doing good pace, so he could have pitted. I really have no idea. They could have pitted. These guys are now, all the GTs are 2 laps down on the LMP2s. I don't know exactly if Starkey and Sam pitted, but they're I really don't know. I'm guessing Sam might have to. Starkey probably has, because he's got such a big gap anyway. I wouldn't have really noticed it. But Shadow and Sam didn't have that big of a gap. They didn't have as big a gap as they do now, but is it a pit stop gap? That's why I can't work out. But I'm guessing just because of the amount of laps that now Sam has done, because he's gone past the halfway point. Really, he surely would have pitted by now. That's how my mind's working about it. Davey did pretty early. Speedy pitted way early, first of everybody. It was a bit crazy, so I still think he's got to pit again. I wish I could tell you who has pitted. Oh, look at that Speedy just throws into that corner. Just a bit, just a little bit. And there is Shadow. So yeah, I'm not sure if that is a pit stop gap because he's going into turn 1 now. And well, let's work it out quick. Actually, we can go on board with Shadow, and yeah, Jolly Pop did disconnect, so yeah, we're different in the points on that 29 at the moment. So he's 12. Let's just say this: he's 12 seconds behind. So Speedy is 12 seconds up the road from Shadow. I've accidentally changed you, and Sam is 2 seconds up the road. So 22 seconds. Well, I've just done some weird map on my own. Well, I can't even remember what I just said. Right, weird camera angle I just had there. So 14 seconds is the gap to Sam. So yeah, Sam's pitted. So Sam has pitted because he would have lost. Shadow would have lost a lot more time in the pit stop. So Sam has pitted. I don't know if Stark yet, but he must have. Stark must have as well. Must have just missed it. Must have just missed him. So I think everybody must have pitted by now, especially with 18 to go. So this really is a battle on. I don't know if Speed Demon's got a pit again, but at the moment it's a battle on track for second in the GT3 class. Just in case Speed Demon has to pit. Well, really, Speed Demon needs more of a 12-second gap because if he does need a pit, he will be falling behind Shadow, but then 30 seconds behind him is Davey. So I think it just beat, depending on how long his stop is, because we've seen variations of stop time for the LMP2, so he doesn't have to put full fuel in, so he might be a bit quicker. He'll probably come out ahead of Davey, so fourth in the class, if he has to pit again. It's all ifs at the moment, but he is closed in on Sam, I'd say. Definitely on that lap, he definitely closed in. There you go. Hey Demon, look at that, it's got really dark now. They get really nice and difficult for them. Got pitch black. Nice. I think I said before that it gets dark, but it doesn't get pitch black until the very end. But it's kind of pitch black now, but it can't get much darker than this at the moment, I would say. Well, I hope it doesn't go light again. It shouldn't. But I tested it, and it was that happens when I talk a lot. I tested it in an hour and a half. I tested. I reckon the race should be in about. I did the math and all that lot. This race should be about an hour and a half when I was doing my pace. So at the pace the leaders are running, I think they're probably before me. Two are the closest really on track. There is Stocky leading the GT3 class. There is Flip. There's Prom. So there's the two which will be fine if Prom gets close enough, because they were fine before the pit stops. Bit of a gap for him to get. Big gap from Prom to Doc, and then a big gap to Doc to LGS. I reckon LGS will go to. He's definitely extended his gap massively, especially compared to before the pit stop, where he didn't have that big a gap. So the crash he had really didn't seem to affect him that much. He must be going. You would think he's fueled it to the end, or he's just not, and that's a weird way of doing it. But you never know. Maybe 2 stops quicker. I don't know. So Prom looking to about to lap Shadow once again. Yes, he is. I'm just on the back of him now. It's a tight section as well. I think he's going to go round his outside. There you go. Nicely done and through. And turns the lights. Oh my god, you should. Wrong button there. Wrong button. Wrong button. Oh no. Wrong button by Prom. I think he flicked his lights off. Couldn't see. Went off the road and the bumps carried him into the wall. So he's now got a repass. Shadow cost him a lot of time. Has it done any damage to the rear right? Or was that just lag? No, it wasn't just lag. He did just do that. It was just a bit of lag after that. There's some damage possibly done to Prom's car, and that's a slow moving Shadow. I think Shadow got a cut track, so Prom goes back. He relapsed him, so it's all good there. But there's a lot of time lost, I think, for Prom. And is there damage to that car? Because now here comes Flip, which has got a lap Shadow. Sorry, I've only just gone on the street to check it all out. Yellow to miss the Troller as well. don't know exactly how long ago you put that and everything, but there you go. Shadow goes a bit wide to allow Flip just to sneak up the inside and go through. Any damage to Prom? I don't know. It'll be the rear right, I think. Will be the damage to that. So if he's here, where's LGS is about to lap? Oh no, LGS pit. There you go. Thought so. LGS. Wasn't sure. But I felt like it. Felt like that happened. It felt like he definitely underfueled or something because that was a big gap he had. But now he has to pit, so he's gone for the two-stop strategy. With 15 laps remaining, he's going to put 15 laps of fuel in to go to the end. Is he going to come out in the lead? He does have quite a big gap, but I wonder how long he's going to be in the pit lane for. Which I think he was nearly going to lap the back end, well, to say the back end, the other LMPs. He was about to lap them. And he's going to more nearly lap the Prom and LG. Prom and Flip. We're in here now for half a minute, 30 seconds we've been in here for. There's another car in the pits and we're now gone. And Davey's now in the pits. And Doc's through, Doc's into the lead of the race. With 15 to go, he's got to lap Starkey in just a second, but here comes LGS coming out of the pits now, so he's got 15 laps to get back to the lead, so this LMP is not over. This fight in the LMPs is not over yet as he now comes out, so that's a big gap, and there's Doc just passing Starkey, and here we go then. It's a 13-second gap, so he's got a big gap behind him, but 13 seconds for LGS to do. We're going to go find Davey if he's still in the pits. He just comes out the pits now. There's Davey in 4th, I believe. Yes, fifth in class in the LMP2s. He also did a two-stop. Prior, he would have been with Jolly Pop, which also would have done a two-stop because they put it at the same time in LG. Jolly Pop obviously put less fuel in, so there you go. That surely means that Speed Demon, yes, there you go, was going to have to pit. Thought he would. He has to do a two-stop. He's in the pits at the moment. So that's that battle for 2nd overall. And then GT3's gone. Here comes Shadow. He's going to pass and go into 3rd place in the GT3s. It's all kicking off now with the pit stops with 15 laps to go. Out of the blue, out everyone seeming to want to pit. He's still in there. He's not going to be passed by David though because he just pitted, so... Speed him in here for a long time. Where is Davey? Still got the last sector to go, so he's not going to get there in time. All you can really see at the moment is lights, everybody. Can't see the guy. It's got that dark that you can't see really anything but lights here now. You're welcome to the drivers for that one. Here's Starkey and dominating form in the GT3s. He's just been lapped by... No, sorry, no, he's not just been lapped by... They're at different parts of the circuit. Looked for similar. There is Prom versus Flip. Still a big gap. I think Prom got away with that little crash in the wall. Got Sam ahead of him now. So I think that Prom's got away with that one. But he's still got 14 laps to keep the gap to Flip. Flip's got 14 laps to catch. And Sam at the moment in 2nd once again in the GT3 class. Nice consistent race, had some good battles as well throughout this race. So we've only had really one big mistake because of it being dark, and that was when Prom seemed to accidentally switch his lights off and then wasn't able to see for that split second. Instead hit the wall and he goes to the inside to lap LG Sapster. I'm going to get names really quickly mixed up now, aren't I? And through he goes into turn number 1. Prom laps Sam once again. Now Flip, not too far behind. Said the gap was like 13 seconds, and we can quickly find out. 7 now, so I think he's catching. He's definitely catching. Definitely catching. And here is LGS on the back of Starkey, about to lap the leader of the GT3 class. I don't know exactly who's behind it. Oh, big slide for Starkey there. Who's behind LGS there? Didn't see it long enough to tell you. I think it might be Speedy Man actually. He's now been lapped after he did 2 stops. So now LGS into the last corner. Not waiting. He needs to go because he needs to go catch the leader which is at the moment Doc. There he is, and their gap was I think 13 seconds, and it still is. Oh no, it's not what he wanted. That is not what LGS wanted. He hasn't closed on that lap. 13 laps to go. Needs to get the moving on. Not worked in his two-stop at the moment. I'll tell you in a bit if it has, but it's really pitch black in that middle sector, crikey. I bet that's difficult. There's Prom and Flip. Continuing now. As there is Sam about to be lapped soon by Flip. Shadow in third in the GT3 class. And he's got no lights. Where's your lights gone? Oh, they're on, but I can't see the protection of them. I'm guessing, because they say they're on there, but oh well. It's weird. It's the first time I've seen that. So we're doing in fourth in that class, and then Davey in fifth. That is not that. It says Davey, but that is Morph. In the garage, having a nice little nosy on view. And that is Flip now on the back of Soundster. In the darkness. Gonna have to wait, even though he's slowly catching as well. It's gonna be aggravating because he's catching up to the guy in front of him in his class. And now Sam lets him go. Very nicely by Sam and Flip. It's real pitch black in that middle sector, isn't it? Wow. Flip now through and furiously trying to catch up with Prom. And there's some there is some nice flashing of the lights, and Prom is around that, already around the hairpin, so that gap's, if anything, to me, gotten bigger. OGS is flying around trying to catch him up, and Doc is getting close to yet another car. I can't tell you what car it is at the moment, because I keep just seeing the top of it. It is Davey that he is close to. Davey goes a bit wide there. Those two-stop really has not worked out for Davey. He is in fifth though in class. A very interesting, different strategies, different ways of racing. They're doing a lot of action close racing as well. Oh, big slide for Davey, and he just decides, because he was sliding and nearly spun, decides that he'd just jump out of the way. And it close there, close call, but nicely done by Davey to just jump out of the way of Prom, but it probably gave him a cut track for poor Davey. So it's unfortunate for him, but he hasn't really got any competition behind because the car's retired, so I'm not sure how annoyed he'll be with that one at the end of the day. 12 laps remaining, and Davey is the next car to be lapped by Flip, which is trying his hardest to catch up with Prom for third in the LMP3 2 class. Is it 3? Well, I was going to get my drift. That's what I was about to say. LMP2 class, and Shadow in third in the GT3. Doing well, got a nice gap back to speed even. There is Dave in the pitch black darkness. Right there. Hello, that's a bit wide by you. There is Flip. There is Prom. The whole straight. Back to Flip. 11 to go, so that means Doc's just crossed the line. Or they're down that straight somewhere. Ooh, hello, sorry about that. Again, didn't touch my laptop enough. Gets angry at me. And another fastest lap by LGS, taking 4 tenths out of himself. Where is Doc? There's Doc. That's quite a close gap. That's close now. It's 8 seconds instead of 13, so he's got a lot. Hello, hello Shadow. We're on board right on the back of LGS. He's got so much more power than them out of the corner. Just launches round him. We'll find him again. So 7 seconds, 11 laps as well, and LGS really fighting. It's going to be a little bit close, maybe the 4 to 3 laps to go in if it stays as it is or sooner. LGS will catch up to the back of Doc, and then he's got to get by as well in the darkness, so it's going to be quite close for the LMP win here. It's definitely that crash has definitely put it closer, because he would have been ahead of him, I think, after the pit stop if that didn't happen. So yeah, it's the crash that affected him. It was him going around lap traffic. get there in time. 'Cause the gap at the moment, too big of a gap. Is it 10 to go now as they cross the line? 10 laps. Doc to fly. That's a cut track for Doc. That's a cut track. That's going to bring it right down because here comes LGS around the last corner. That's going to turn it into about a 4-second or something gap now for LGS. You can smell blood. 10 seconds to go. 10 laps to go. I don't think it's brought it down to a 4-second gap, has it? But let's go on board once again. Yeah, it has brought it down to a 4-second gap. Oh, so it's coming fight time. 10 laps to go. He's gonna get there soon enough. There's Prom and then there's Flip. So that gap's, if it's not in my head, gotten bigger. I think Flip's not been able to get Davey just yet as well. So wow, Davey, maybe a cut track for a Flip somewhere there, because I'm pretty sure I saw him get past him before, but maybe not. That's complete darkness. Can't see anything. Speedyman now on the back of Starkey, always Starkey. I think Starkey's just lap Speedyman with 10 laps to go. Stopper not working for him. So we see Flip now about to lap Davey. Gonna do it on the straight, round the last corner they go now. Flip to the inside, there you go. Happy days for the both of them. LGS now. Can see Doc, here we go. Here we go then. 9 laps. Oh, I need to take a drink to be honest. 9 laps to go, and that is the gap between the leaders of the LMP2 class. Oh, this is quite close actually. Just sort of sitting back and taking a drink and waiting, because here we go. That's going to be the move, isn't it, in the second time as we go into the hairpin. LGS nearly alongside. Going to go up the inside of Doc into the hairpin. This is for the lead of the LMP2 class. That's close. That puts LGS I think onto the curb. And around the outside of the next corner he goes. They're going to touch. They do touch through that left hander. It seems like everyone seems to touch doors through that corner. And they continue on. LGS has the inside line and is back into the lead finally of the LMP2 class. Just about 9 to go, but Doc's not giving that up too easy. He may be through, but into the next corner, Doc is on the backside of him. And up the inside Doc goes. LGS has to give him room, and he does. He goes wide to give him room because Doc's done a very good move of going back up the inside there, and back through goes Doc into the lead of the LMPs, but LGS flying around up his inside on the last corner. He goes so much more speed he seems to have. Doc turned in and then couldn't. Oh my god, a slide from LGS, gets a bit wiggly, saves it, goes back to second. Doc turned in, then couldn't because LGS was there. LGS slid under braking mid corner and goes back down to second. Powell continues, 8 to go now into turn number 1. LGS going to be kicking himself at the moment. He didn't just get that done when he tried to then. The battle has now continued onto another lap, which favours Doc a little bit because Doc's keeping the lead at the moment. Good defending and good attacking as well really by Doc. But Doc there to come straight back at him, and oh, there you go, more grip in LGS because he's done a 2-stop. More grip. Up the inside he goes. But out of the corner, out of nowhere, Doc finds grip and is back in the lead. Now we've got to go to the long straight. LGS slipstreaming, no more grip and everything out of this corner, surely. Is he going to go up the inside once again? But to the inside already, he's got Doc. I think he's now gone over to the racing line. I think he can technically go and defend if he wants to, because he hasn't really made his move. and he stays there as they were. They're just right behind Doc. I don't know if he's just having to work something out or what. Maybe he's going to do what Doc did to him in the last lap. Maybe that's the plan here from LGS maybe. But is that going to be covered off? Is Doc going to cover that one? He's covered everything so far. Here you go. Surely that's what LGS is going to do, up the inside of this corner here. If you can get close enough. Doc actually got a nice little gap here, and he does. LGS not close enough to do anything. LGS goes a bit wider than Doc as well, so another lap there. Oh, lapped car coming. Another lap where he's had to stay behind, and Samster, which is second in the GT3 class at the moment, is about to come into play with a lead battle in the LMP2. Wonder if he knows what's coming. Wonder how quickly he's going to get out of the way here. And oh, better run by LGS, and he's going to go up the inside of Doc down the straight, and he is going through. But oh, they have to miss Sam, which has gone all the way to the inside. Very well done to get out of the way. And LGS finally through, maybe slide Doc right at the back end of him. Trying to carry the momentum, 7 laps to go. They carry the momentum through to the first couple of corners. LGS clearly has more grip and then Doc at this time, and I think finally this battle's over, and I think LGS is through, and that is the LMP2 class finally done. 49 laps today, and he's taken 42 laps, I think, for us to have an actual clear winner now. And even though it's dark and everything, something could still happen really with 7 laps to go, but good battling as well in the dark as well. They're very close side by side racing between the two of them at this late stage of the race and at this visibility level. As we continue now, I think we can try and catch up with what's happened elsewhere. So third at the moment, still Prom ahead of Flip. Don't exactly know where Prom is. There he is. That's actually quite a big gap, so that gap's sadly gotten bigger for Flip. So I don't know exactly what's happened there. We continue on. Starkey is leading the GT3 class still, and Sam is in second. 6 laps to go now. Third in the GT3 class is Shadow. Done a very good job there. Fourth is Beedium in that class, and fifth is Davey, which is lagged out, I think. Non-existent Davey. We just do this, and then we change you to that. Disconnection for Davey, with about 8 laps to go as well. I don't exactly know when he's lagged out, but I think that means we'll have a look at it. We'll have a look at it, see what people exactly want to say here, but I wonder, we'll see what exactly everyone wants to say. We'll see if Davey gets 5th place points, or he gets 6th place, because Morph is still here. Well, he's in the garage and everything, he's retired, but because less of the race was completed, maybe we'll have to give it, I'm not too sure, because most of the race actually, but this is well over, he's definitely in the last 10% of the race or whatever, so surely we'll probably end up having to give Davey 5th place points and Morph 6th and Jolly 7th. I think that's how we're going to work that one out, I think, or maybe, I don't know. We'll see exactly. I think that's how we work it out. So unfortunate for Davey. Getting disconnected. Was in 5th place of the GT3s. He said LMPs then. So 6 laps to go. I swear they're quite close to going on to 5 laps. They are. And they're about to now. LGS comes on the last corner. Goes across the line. 5 laps to go. Doc, I think, got another cut track, so that may have a big part of play, but he's in second in the LMPs, and there is third of Prom. He has got a while until Flip in 4th gets to him, I think, now. It's a bit unfortunate, after that gap was closing as well. But where is Prom? There he is. He's about to lap another cut. Well, that's actually still Flip, it hasn't switched. It was meant to, there you go. So Prom is about to lap Shadow Mick as well with 5 to go. So 3rd place in LMP is about to lap 3rd place in GT3s. Probably do it down the home straight if he can get close enough. Yeah, I reckon he'll be close enough after the last corner. Just to get there in time. It's good recovery from Prom after he did dip it in the wall with that right rear. Slight shaft, there you go. Shadow went way wide to allow Prom to go through quite nicely there. I do think that whatever happened to Flip, maybe he pitted again, or he spun or something, because that's definitely lost a lot more time than one cut track, so it must have been a spin or a pit. How close is LGS to him? Lapping him, actually pretty close, because Flip's probably just going into the last corner now, as into the promoter corner LGS goes, so I wonder if LGS is able to lap Flip, or he just stays as he is. So we're about to go on to 4 laps to go, and is LGS about to start to take it a bit more cautious, because I don't think he's taking it too cautious at the moment. No, not at all, not taking it cautious at all. Go to 4 laps remaining. Doc coming across the line as well. A little bit while back to those 2. But Starkey, I don't think he is on the same. Hasn't lapped Sam, but for example, he's on lap 43 and Sam's still on lap 42, not on lap 43 yet, so we'll see how big his gap is, see when Sam crosses actually the line. I don't think Starkey's lapped him. Now Sam goes, yeah, Sam's now gone onto 43 when Starkey is doing these corners here, which is into, I think, the final sector really. A little bit wider, and behind him is Speedyman as well. So, has lapped 4th in class. Speedyman did look good to get 2nd in class at one point, but been unfortunate for him, and he did do a 2-stop as well. There is Shadow Mick going across the line in a second, because he's going around the last corner now. Soon enough, LGS will be on the back of him to lap him. He crosses the line now to go on to 4 laps to go. LGS, we'll see when it goes to 3 laps to go, we'll see where he crosses the line. Let's see, should be soon. Relatively soon, to be honest. He goes into turn 1 now, the Shadow. Where is LGS? I would have thought it would be closer than this. Right, so he's not as close as I thought, so there you go. LGS now coming around the last corner to go with 3 laps to go in this race. Very consistent lap times as well. How's he got to... where's Flip then? Flip's doing... So Flip is actually, I would say, pulled a little bit maybe away from... Oh, a bit weird. There's Starkey. There is Sam McLaren coming around the last couple of corners. Shadow down the middle straight of the circuit. The middle long straight. In the mid sector. Speedyman about to come to that as well. Speedyman on the same lap as Shadow. 3 laps to go, not going to get there in time, but I know that Starkey's just a bit ahead of him as well, so I don't think Starkey's going to get there in time to lap Shadow though. Be a close one, because there's Shadow. And there's Starkey coming. Oh god, it's going to be a close one, because Starkey's now coming into that corner that Shadow's exiting. 3 to go. I reckon that he's not going to catch him in time, I don't think. This has been a very nicely dominated GT3 class by Starkey. Be joint in the overall standings in all 3, actually, of championship standings with LGS now. They've both won 1 race in GT3, they've both won 1 race in LMP, so it puts them on joint points overall. And that means I think Samstar will be 3rd in GT3 points as well behind them, because he's got 2 second places now in that class. Shadow has just crossed the line. Big side for him. I do like the look of that Cadillac. He's done a nice job as well here today. And there is Starkey, so that's pretty close. but I don't know if he's going to get there in time. So maybe. Flip is now on the way. Flip's being flashed at LGS. I wasn't sure if he'd be would have caught him in time, but it seems like he has. And there you go. LGS now with 2 laps to go has decided that he will lap one of the LMP2s. Not so sure what lap time. Well, LGS did a slow one kind of that lap, so I'm not sure what that time Flip did, but he did have a bigger gap than that. I'm pretty sure. Well, he had a huge gap, so maybe a big slowdown somewhere for Flip. Maybe cut a corner or something, and they are now lapping Speedium, I believe that is. But they have lapped LGS and Flip have just lapped, I think, Speedium. Let's just find out. And yes, it was. They've just lapped Speedium with 2 to go. There you go. There's Shadow. You can see Shadow here. You can see his lights, and if you see the other set of lights, they are Starkey. You just saw them, a little glimpse of them. I'm not sure if that's enough time Starkey to get there. There he is, dun dun in the distance. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Yeah, I think it is actually, because that's not too big of a gap. No, it's not at all. So I think Starkey will end today's race with lapping 3rd in class in the GT3s here. Definitely be happy with that one. I think Starkey. Domination in his form. And there you go. I think that's just a let through already by Shadow, allowing the leader in his class to go through before the last corner. There you go, across the line, and they have 2 laps remaining of this round 2 Xcite Racing League multi-class race. Big endurance race, definitely. Just with the day to night, definitely testing a lot of their skill here. Sadly, a bit of connection has taken a bit of the fun from Jolly Pop and Davey and Chris as well, which is a bit unfortunate because Jolly Pop and Davey were looking close in the fight for GT3, like 5th place for the GT3. That was going to be an interesting strategy fight between the 2 of them. And we now got LGS joining in the fun. He's just lapped Shadow for another time, and he's going to lap Starkey one more time. So he's lapped all GT3s 3 times now, so that's happy for LGS, and this is the last lap as well, so he's ruined it. I said there was 2 laps to go for Starkey, but there's not. There's only 1 now because LGS decided that he was going to do it. So he decided that he'd lap everybody a little bit more. Hasn't been able to lap 3 of his... oh god, Starkey! Nearly went in the back there of LGS, which is having fun and turning his lights off. Yeah, hasn't been able to lap 2nd and 3rd in his class, but was able just about to lap 4th in his class. And nicely done by LGS, having an interesting race with not being first at the start. Sadly for Chris lagging out, he would have had a challenge with him, but he did pit quite early. Then he did have a crash when he tried to lap someone, went wide and spun into the wall, then had to pit again. Then after all of that, at the race back, after his 2-stop strategies, well technically 3 because he's pitted 3 times, and still was able to pass Doc, and was still able to wrap up the win in the LMP2 class for round 2 of the Xcite Racing League multi-class league. Nicely done by LGS. Nicely dominated here. Not as much really in Monza as Starkey, but he rolls across the line. LGS is happy, and he doesn't allow Flip to get another lap in, but nicely done by LGS, taking round number 2, and that means that Flip will get 4th in class as well, and that also means that here comes Doc, which is going to get 2nd in the LMP2 class, and somewhere is Prom in 3rd. And that does mean that across the line went Starkey, and he did get the win in the GT3 class, and allowing, because Shadow's also lapped, allowing Shadow to get 3rd in that class. Speedy Event will be, he's already finished as well, he's 4th in the class. I think the last couple of cars on the track will be Prom and Sam that aren't lapped. It is Prom and Sam, I think, the last couple that aren't lapped, and Sam will be the last one under his power across the line, which is going to take 2nd in the GT3 class once again, the same as round number 1. And Prom, there you go, happy days to him, taking 3rd in the LMP2 class. People were having a good time at the end, but a very good racing, very close racing, very much throughout the race. Quite a lot of strategy as well used, more strategy being used in this race than last. The day tonight affecting a few people here and there, sadly a few blackouts and stuff like that, but not too many collisions. A few touches, but that's about it. But good racing overall. Sam's going to be the last car to cross the line. And he's going to roll over it in celebration. Happy days for Sam, putting himself second overall. And the cars are doing nicely there. Shadow and Starkey's cars having a little bit of fun with each other. People on completely different parts of the track as well. It's always great, such a big spread out field. And we'll see them come to the pits. We're going to have to wait for the thing to come up before everything, but it is. In the LMP2 class, LGS takes the win, Doc in second, Prom taking third, and Flip in fourth. 4 out of the 5 to finish because 4 out of the 5 were able to finish. Sadly, Chris lagged out of that, otherwise he definitely would have been up there. Now LGS's car goes to the pits. Others will have to make another lap round. I think we'll wait a few laps maybe for them all to finish, which is going to be a bit annoying. But the winner in the GT3 class is Starkey, followed by Sam and then Shadow, Speed Demon, and then I think how we're going to do it. Davey completed nearly most of the race. I think it will be Davey in 5th overall, and then maybe Morph, and then Jolly Pop. I think that's how we do it, or we might do it Davey, Jolly Pop, Morph, depending on how we go, because Morph, I think, retired before Jolly lagged out, so we'll see exactly how that goes. But very interesting, good race between everybody there. She's got a few of the cars actually being able to come to the pits. I know Flips has gone out and done another lap, I know that for sure. There's Prom's coming in, I don't know, Prom's got a while to get there. Flip doing another lap. Celebration for him. I wonder if anyone will run out of fuel on this last sort of go around lap. Celebration lap. There's Sam coming in, Shadow's already in the pits. I think Speed Demon's gone out. Speed Demon's car's done another lap as well. Interesting to see if Sam's car pits here. I'm not actually sure how this actually works, but I think we've got to wait for all the cars actually to get back to the pits because I don't see any time now, which is annoying. So we've got to wait, I think, for them all to get back. And Prom's car has just come out the pits, I think. Oh, I don't get to see the results. Oh, that's always good. Time's run out, I don't get to see the results, but we saw the results anyway. It is LGS, then it's Doc, then Prom, and then Flip for the LMP2s, and then in the GT3s, Starkey, Sapster, Shadow, Speed Demon, and then most likely Davey, and then Jolly Pop and more. Thank you very much for watching tonight's race, round number 2 of the Xcite Racing League Multicast League. Very good racing, very close, quite spread as well at some parts of the race, but different strategy was also used. I think we've got the calendar here to show. Yes, we do. So that was race number 2. Race number 3. Oh, what a lovely track. It's Bathurst time. 42 laps of Bathurst for next week. And of course it will be mixed differently for next week, so people will be in different cars than what they were this week. We'll see who's in what. But thank you very much for watching tonight, and we will see you next time.